Hello, and thank you for joining me for another Brand Name Bobby Speaks, Episode 2, The Bigger Picture. Everybody has a story. Everybody has value. But what if the greatest resource on earth isn't money? What if it's people? I've spent years meeting community leaders, artists, business owners, fathers, mothers, students, organizers, and people whom history may never write about. And somewhere along the way, I started asking myself, what if we connected them all? Not just online, not just following each other. I'm talking about actually knowing each other. Knowing what people do, knowing what people know, knowing what people need, and knowing what they have to offer. I looked at my city. I looked at what actually makes a city. It's the people. People doing different things. People building. People teaching. People creating. People maintaining order. People solving problems. Take the people away, and all you have left is buildings, streets, and structures. People give those structures purpose. Then I started looking even closer. I looked at my neighborhood. I looked at the neighborhoods around it. And I started seeing how disconnected people had become. A lot of people don't really know their neighborhoods anymore. People become disconnected from social groups because of misunderstandings, differences, and sometimes just because nobody ever created the bridge between them. And knowledge gets lost. Sometimes nobody shares it. Sometimes people hold on to it. And sometimes the person who carried the knowledge is gone before anybody realized how valuable what they knew really was. When you're talking about the history of a people, knowledge is sacred. It should be preserved. It should be shared. And it should be able to grow. Then I noticed something else. People with solutions rarely know the people with the problems. Think about how crazy that is. Sometimes the solution and the problem can be sitting right next to each other, and they still don't connect. Somebody needs work. Somebody else needs workers. Somebody needs guidance. Somebody else has 30 years of experience. An artist needs somewhere to create. Somebody else has a space sitting unused. A business needs customers. The community needs services that businesses provide. Sometimes what we need is already here. The missing piece is the connection. And that's when I started understanding something. Relationships are infrastructure. Knowing the people around you is infrastructure. Knowing the businesses around you, the schools, the libraries, the organizations, the artists, the elders, the young people, the people who own things, the people who know things, the people who are trying to build things. That's infrastructure too. And when those things connect in a healthy way, a community becomes stronger. See, I'm not trying to build another social media platform. That's not really what I'm doing. I like creating on my own terms anyway. I'm trying to build connection, a deeper connection based on human understanding. I'm trying to build what I can only describe as a living map of humanity. But this doesn't have to start with the whole world. It can start with the person next door, your block, your neighborhood, your school, your business, your community. Because if we understand the people directly around us and then connect those people to other people, the map starts building itself. Person by person, story by story, connection by connection. And I don't want us waiting until people are gone to discover what they meant. I want us to recognize people while they're here, today. Learn from them today. Cherish them today. Document them today. Give people their own flowers today. because the ordinary things people do every day don't look ordinary anymore when you understand what they eventually add up to. A mother raising her child, a father teaching his son something his father taught him, a business owner serving the same neighborhood for 30 years, a teacher changing one student's direction, an artist documenting the time they lived, a neighbor helping another neighbor, small things becoming families, small things becoming communities, small things becoming culture, small things becoming history. That's why human connection is valuable, because every person has value. Every person occupies space in the world, and we as people should learn how to value each other. Every organization has purpose and should be dedicated to that purpose. Every community has knowledge, and every community should have a way to obtain that knowledge, preserve that knowledge, share that knowledge, and grow that knowledge. And every connection creates opportunity, because when the right people know each other, the right things can happen. That's the part of why I've been interviewing people, documenting people I meet, talking to business owners, artists, people working in the community, people trying to build something with their lives. I want to know, who are you? What do you know? What are you building? What have you experienced? What can you teach? What do you need? And maybe most importantly, who needs to know you? Because everything connects to something. And maybe documenting those connections allows us to see something we couldn't see before. Not just a collection of interviews, a map, a living record of people, knowledge, resources, needs, solutions, and relationships. I've traveled. I've been to different places, but I've spent the majority of my life in Chicago. Growing up here has always meant something different to me because I'm part of the land. I'm a part of the culture. I'm part of the roots and the understandings of my city. I've seen the ups. I've seen the downs. I've been a part of the problem. I can say that. But today, I'm trying to become part of the solution. And this doesn't mean pretending I have every answer. It means asking better questions, looking at where we went wrong, learning from my mistakes, learning from other people's experiences, and taking those understandings and asking, what can we build from here for our neighborhoods, for our people, for our city, for our country, and eventually for our world? I've worked with businesses, artists, rappers, singers, schools, organizations, families. I've built things. I've lost things. I've made mistakes. I've learned. And one of the biggest things I've learned is people become stronger when they connect instead of divide. But just being connected isn't enough, because unhealthy connections can destroy things too. We need connections with balance, connection with structure, connection with purpose, connection with stability. We have to build relationships that actually make the people inside those relationships stronger. So let me ask you something. Who changed your life? Who believed in you? Who taught you something you still carry today? You know something your community can't afford to lose. Who is quietly building something right now? Who deserves to have their story told? Because history shouldn't only remember celebrities. History should remember the people who built our neighborhoods, the people who raised our families, the people who taught our children, the people who opened businesses, the people who created our culture, the people who held communities together, even the people whose names never appear in the history books, but whose existence changed somebody else's life. This is Brand Name Bobby, and this isn't just a show. It's the beginning of a conversation, maybe even the beginning of a map. One person, one story, one connection at a time. Welcome to the movement. Brand Name Bobby Speaks, Episode 2. This is the bigger picture.